Here we have verse 9, the 16th chapter of the Gospel of John. Jesus has been advising his disciples that though he is leaving, he's going to be sending them a parakletos, allos parakletos, another of the same kind, another attorney, another advocate who's going to be there with them as they carry out the ministry to which Christ has commissioned them. Even though Christ will not humanly be present with them in the way that he has been, nevertheless, they are going to have a comparable advocate who is going to actually be advocating through their own words. The words that the disciples speak are going to be given potency by virtue of the presence of the parakletos within them. And it's going to have its expression in three different levels. It's going to be convicting the world, bringing a prosecuting accusation, you might say, against them in three different ways. And Jesus mentioned those concerning sin, concerning righteousness, concerning judgment. And then he delineates, really, in many ways, the significance of each of these as we see him proceeding here. So it's peri. Preposition takes the genitive concerning. Here's the genitive of the word for sin, hamartios, feminine noun. So concerning sin, men, which ordinarily will go with de and means something on the order of on the one hand, on the other. That's a little cumbersome in English for something that's much more efficient and trenchant in Greek, but here it's simply adding a little emphasis. So concerning sin, the first item that Jesus mentioned here, hoti, conjunction means because or that, in this case because the negation pistousin, from pistuo, I believe, third person plural, present active indicative, because they do not believe, referring of course to the people who are those who have heard the message of Christ and indeed will hear the message of Christ through the voice of the apostles. They have not believed. Ace, preposition, takes the accusative here, emi, with the emphatic form, which is customary after a preposition, because they have not believed in me. There is, of course, a lot of sin in this world of various descriptions, but you might say the most acute and poignant expression of sinfulness comes down to the recognition of Christ as the one who is indeed who he claims to be, the very Son of God, and in spite of the fact that the evidence is overwhelming in support of the proposition that he is this one who is God among us, there are those who do not believe. And that most poignant expression, of course, of that sinfulness is what Jesus highlights there. And you might say all other sin is more or less the lesser included. And that's going to be the culminating expression of the work of the Spirit of God as he adds potency and power to the words of the disciples as they speak the truth of Christ.